Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm going to be coming at you with another deck profile, but I'm going to be doing something interesting this time. During my last Cyber Dragon deck profile, I had an interesting exchange in the comments. So, shout out to that guy, Exters, I think. If that's not how you pronounce it, I'm sorry, but shout out to that guy regardless. He had some interesting suggestions or interesting questions. What would you do if you don't have access to some of the more pricey cards? Like, what if you don't have access to cards like Dragoon or Zeus or Tactics Talent? So this is basically going to be a alternate version of the deck of what you could do if you don't want to play some of the more pricey cards, or if you just want to play a pure Cyber Dragon variant of it anyway. So that's what this is going to be. This is going to be focused more on if you don't have access to those cards, and a more pure version of Cyber Dragons. So let's just get right into that. No change from the last one. Still play 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, and 3 Cyber Dragon Hertz. Pretty much the exact same reason as the other deck. It's Cyber Dragons. You're going to need 3 copies of all of those. You're going to benefit from all of them. The first change, though, is instead of just running 1 Noxter and 1 Vier, we are running 3 of each for the same reasons. They're just free extenders, free bodies on the field that you're going to need, and in a more pure version of Cyber Dragons, you're just going to benefit more than that's going to hinder you. I am still playing the 3 Galaxy Soldier. I've seen pure builds sometimes only run 2, and I just think you're going to benefit off of 3 more than it's going to hurt you for the exact same reason as the other deck. It's a free Infinity, it's a free Pleiades, it's basically access to better stuff that's going to help you out. And for the last normal monster, I am still running the Jizukiru, because having a searchable kaiju in the deck is nice, because this is a light machine kaiju, which means you can search it off of cards like Cyber Repair Plant, so that's just going to benefit you more than not. Onto the spells, absolutely no change from the last one. 3 Cyber Emergency, 3 Machine Duplication. It's Cyber Dragons, play 3 of these, enough said. I do still think that running 2 Cyber Repair Plant is going to benefit you. I've seen some builds only run 1, I've seen some builds only run 3. I just think 2 is going to benefit you, because you can search Galaxy Soldier, you can search the Kaiju, you can search another piece that you don't have, and you could benefit off of. I mean, who doesn't like free searches? I don't run 3 because there's some other stuff I want to tech in here to make room for that, and I just think 2 works as a good ratio anyway. And then onto the Power 1-ofs, the Cyber Rev system. It's Cyber Dragon, so having a free special summon is nice. I'm not running more than 1, because this really only ends up acting as an extender for your plays. It's a nice card, but I wanted to make room for some other stuff. The 1 Overload Fusion, because being able to summon out your Dark Machine Fusions is nice. Rampage is a good card. The Cyberload Fusion as a replacement for the last one, because the reason this is in here is because it's a searchable fusion. If you ever need that, or if you ever have the option, I can show you later with what's in the extra deck. You can summon out after you've attacked with all your other monsters, you can drop this during the battle phase and then tack on some extra damage. For those of you that know how pure Cyber Dragons work, you'll see where I'm going with this when I get to that later. And then the 1 Reborn and the 1 Foolish Burial, because you can still do nutty stuff with these cards. You can send some Cyber Dragons that you need to the grave, you can send Hearst to the grave to search out cards, and then Reborn is just a free extension and a free body on the field. You're only going to benefit from running those cards. And then the only traps we play in the deck, I upped the Cybernetic Overflow to 2, just to go with a more pure Cyber Dragon build. I mean, this card literally says remove anything on the field, destroy anything on the field. Non-targeting, by the way. If anyone tries to call you out on that, non-targeting. So it is out to Dragoon and other stuff like that. Don't let them call you on that. And unfortunately, with all that, you don't really have any room for hand traps in here, so the only hand traps run are the 3 Ash Blossom and the 3 Effect Veiler. If you want to run better ones, that's perfectly fine. You can make the hand traps whatever you want. If you want to make more room for hand traps, you can take out some of the other stuff. But the reason I recommend doing that is because having room for your other engine is just going to benefit you more. This deck's more about doing its stuff rather than disruption, and it's more of a rogue-style deck. And the reason I'm running these particular hand traps is because 1, Effect Veiler is a light monster, meaning if you don't need it, you can pitch it for a Galaxy Soldier, so it can help you in multiple ways. And then Ash Blossom's just Ash Blossom. It's good in any deck. It's good against any deck. It's just gonna help you out generically when you need other stuff. If you need to sub out other stuff, you can. Again, this is just a suggestion for a build. You don't have to run every single card that I do, and then you also have your side deck as well. And I won't be showcasing a side deck in this just because this is a variant of it. You can make the side deck whatever you want. On to the extra deck. That was it for the main deck. That is a 40 card main deck. I did keep it at exactly 40 this time, so you have some room to work with stuff if you want to do that. But on to the extra deck. I'm still running the 2 Nova and the 1 Infinity in this, and then in addition to that for the Xyz, the only other Xyz I'm running is still the Pleiades. If you want to substitute this for another Infinity, you can go ahead and do that. In fact, I probably recommend doing that, but the reason I'm just keeping this in here is because if you can go into multiple level 5s, then you can't summon 2 Infinity during one turn, but you can summon this, and just being able to bounce stuff is really helpful, in addition to an Omni Negate. And then you keep the double Nova in here in case 1, you can summon both of these, or 2, it gets sent from your extra deck. Like say your opponent's using the Dogmatica engine and they make you send stuff off of Maximus. You can, spoiler alert, we're still running Makaba, and you can send Nova to the grave, and you can summon out Makaba to disrupt their plays. So that's the reason I'm doing that. We do have more fusions in here. I do still have the Rampage, but we have upped it to 2 for a more pure build, because this is basically going to be your main win condition in the deck. You're trying to get out this, and, spoiler alert, Seeger. So you have Seeger boost this up to 42, you make this have 3 attacks, and then you attack for game. This is going to end up being your main win condition, so this is going to be the target to stop, so that's why I've upped it to 2. Still running the 1 Fortress in case you're up against a machine deck for your opponent, or if you have to kaiju them with the machine kaiju, then you can contact fuse with another machine on your board just to clear that out. That just ends up being a good card. The 1 Mega Fleet, because getting rid of monsters in your opponent's extra zone is always nice. You can up this if you want. You can make some room for other stuff if you want to do that. I generally only end up needing 1. Here's mainly where the Cyberload fusion in the main deck comes in. I am running the 1 Cyber Twin Dragon, and the reason for that is because 1, generically having 2 attacks is good, and 2, also for reason 1, Cyberload fusion benefits this card most of all, because Cyberload fusion is a quick play spell, meaning you can use it in the battle phase. Cyberload fusion says that if you fusion summon it, the fusion monster you summon is the only one that's allowed to attack. But the reason you do that is because you attack with every single monster you've got, then you drop Cyberload fusion, you hard fusion with 2 of your Cyber Dragons on the field, you drop Twin on them. Twin's a 2800 beater that can attack twice. That's usually enough to end up putting games away, so that's why we do that. And then I showed you the Makaba earlier. We're running Makaba because if they end up sending Nova from your field or extra deck to the grave, dropping Makaba on them is just GG good luck to them, basically. For the links, we are still running the Verte Anaconda, and the reason we're doing that is because of Overload Fusion. Like I said, your main win condition of this deck is generally going to end up being Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, so you want access to that fusion as much as possible, so you're going to Verte Anaconda into sending Overload Fusion from your deck so that you can summon that, and you also want to have established Seeger on the field as well so that you can boost up Chimera Tech Rampage. The Honorary Cyber Dragons in case you need them. We have Linkuriboh and Almirage in case you get stuck with a level 1 on the field, or if you just get stuck with a normal summon monster and you need to go into some other stuff. And then we've upped Seeger to 2 because boosting most of your Cyber Dragons is always nice. And he can boost himself, by the way. So if you're stuck with only him on the board, he can boost himself in the battlefield. So wait till the damage step and then boost himself. And then if your opponent's monster is weaker than 42, it's gone. You don't take any battle damage from this card, but I mean, having a big 4200 beater that's hard to get rid of is always nice. And that's pretty much going to be it. Like I said, you don't have to build it exactly like this, but this is just trying to get to more of a pure Cyber Dragon build if you don't have access to some of the higher price cards like Dragoon or Zeus or Tactics Talent. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I am uploading this on Christmas, so if you were seeing it there, a Merry Christmas to you, and have a great rest of the day.